Hi guys, my name is Karen. I'm making this to share my story with you in case it's one that you can relate to. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do or how to live, but my hope is that this will encourage you to strive for the same victory that I found in the path that I'm walking on, or whatever your path looks like. This video is not about a diet. It's not just about weight loss. This video is about food addiction and my journey to food freedom. I know a lot of people who struggle with obesity but don't have food addiction specifically. Everyone's journey with their health is fully individual. It's just a matter of learning your patterns so you can establish patterns that are beneficial for your life. For me, I was stuck. I was trapped. I was living for 10 years in a body I didn't even recognize in the mirror. I was 127 kilos, which is about 279 pounds, and life was hard. Not only was I morbidly obese, struggling to walk, move, go upstairs, exercise, I barely got out of bed in the morning. But in addition to that, I was a slave. I used to say all the time that it's not fair that an alcoholic can just stop drinking and never pick it up again, and a heroin addict can just never inject and they can live without it. And of course they'll have withdrawals, but they don't have to face it every day. But I have to eat every day and I can't stop eating. I felt that there was no hope. I didn't know how to break free. I felt like it was a never-ending battle because I had tried the diets and the cleanses and the fasts, and I always ended up right back where I started. And I would gain and lose the same weight over and over again and then gain more back afterwards. And I tried moderation, I tried discipline, and it was not working. The deprivation ruled my life and haunted my mind until I would just return to my unhealthy patterns. This story is about freedom. It's about the process. It's about patience. It's about allowing yourself the grace to be in transition and not be where you envision yourself in the future yet. It's about changing your mindset. It's about taking life one day at a time and not despising the day of small beginnings. When I first started this journey, I heard that so clearly in my heart from God that I wanted to belittle what I was doing. I wanted to belittle that part of the process. I wanted to say, oh, this doesn't matter because it's not a big change, or this, I don't see any difference yet, or whatever it was. But God put it on my heart strongly that I was on the right path and I was not to despise the day. I was not to belittle the small steps, the beginnings, the little victories. So I just encourage you in that. But also, I began to change my whole life. This started 255 days ago. I changed my mind. I started changing my body, literally one meal at a time. So what did I do? I quit sugar, I quit flour, I quit ultra-processed foods. I started counting my calories every day in an app called MyFitnessPal, just to know what is going into my body and to be accountable for that. In the first week, I had cravings. I missed my drug. I had withdrawals. I had a headache. I had mood swings. I really felt a desperation to keep putting things in my mouth. In that week, I just sucked a lot on ice cubes to get me through it. And I had set my mind to get past that point, whatever it took. I decided to reward myself at every step and every good choice and every victory in this journey. I documented everything. I'm going to show you some of that. Every week, that I was sugar sober, I gave myself like a sobriety chip of sorts to keep keep reminding myself of how far I'd come. And also I keep them on my kitchen wall as like a display and a reminder and encouragement. Every day I also prayed and dedicated that day to God, and He has definitely helped me in this journey. Slowly, I'm starting to recognize myself more and more in the mirror every day. I used to cringe when I passed a mirror. It was so depressing. I shuddered when I saw myself in a photo. I was like, this can't be real. It can't be real. I was in complete denial that that was my body, and that was the body that I was in at the time. It was so hard, and it's a deep disgust that is something I wouldn't wish on anyone. We were never meant to be disgusted by our own bodies. Our bodies are designed miraculously. It's truly an amazing series of systems that are intricately intertwined, and we're all just walking around in these like miracle bodies. They're a gift. Our bodies are a gift, and they're here to help us and not to hinder us. Our bodies are designed for healing, they're designed for health, they're designed to fight disease and horrible things that we encounter, poisons in our atmosphere, poisons in our environment. Honestly, it's a miracle. And even the way that we store fat on our body and our cells, that the way that we do, and that they expand the way that they do, that's a survival mechanism. And the weight, even though it's unnatural to have that much weight, it's distributed in a way throughout your body to maximize your health, like to try to help you the most. And when you choose to change your patterns, your body works with you to help align with your goals. We were never meant to carry this much weight. Our bones, our organs, our muscles, they do not appreciate it. I was pre-diabetic when I started this journey, and now I am not. Listening to your body is key. Knowing what you need rather than what you think you want. The mind is the biggest challenge. It's the battleground where you have to change your patterns. You have to change your reasoning before changing your body. You have to know your why. Why are we doing this? The body is the result of a changed mind and changed habits. When I see or smell something that I don't want to eat, or that I should not eat, or choose not to eat, that's my life now. That's my decision. But I have to tell myself a few things in my mind when I think I want something that I actually know that I don't want. So I tell myself that food is poison to my brain and poison to my body. I tell myself that's not for me. I tell myself I've had enough of those things to last me 1,000 lifetimes. I tell myself that's not going to lead me anywhere that I want to be. That's going to lead me back to where I started from, at rock bottom. That food, or whatever it is an open door directly back to rock bottom. And I also remind myself that it's an illusion. Food satiety is kind of a lie. It promises satisfaction, but it's incapable of delivering satisfaction. So when I was eating whatever I craved and whatever I felt I needed and whatever I wanted all the time, I wasn't free. I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied. I was living moment to moment for my next fix, my next meal, even mid-meal, in the middle of a bite. I was thinking about my next bite, the next choice of what I wanted to put in my mouth, the next thing that I thought was going to satisfy me. And the joy of what that treat was not only fleeting, but it caused an even greater emptiness. And it did the opposite of what I thought it would do. It didn't satisfy me. It left me wanting more. Shouldn't doing whatever you want to do, shouldn't that be freeing? Shouldn't that feel like freedom? It should, but it isn't. Freedom comes from the ability to choose what is right, what is wrong, what is healthy, what is unhealthy. Freedom is actually in your boundaries. Freedom is the ability to discern what is a need and what is a want. Freedom is the ability to say no. Freedom is walking in satisfaction and not in lust or craving or need or desire. Freedom is peace for your soul. So after my first week of quitting sugar and flour, I don't have food cravings. I don't think about my next meal. I don't need more than what I eat. I am truly satisfied, and I'm not even wrestling with hunger in a way that's at a hard level or too difficult for me, even though I've been at a calorie deficit for almost 9 months now. My body is working with me, and I feel that every day. So I wanted to make this video as encouragement for anyone who feels stuck in addiction and anyone who feels ready to try one last drastic measure. If this isn't you and my addiction story doesn't resonate with you, please keep scrolling because this isn't geared towards your needs. The choice of food sobriety is for those who can't live in moderation, for those who are plagued by food noise, for those who have tried and tried and tried and tried everything they know what to do, only to come back to square one, disappointed, disheartened, disillusioned, discouraged, demoralized, all the D's. In my first moment of this journey on day 1, I set my mind to try this one last time. But more than that, I set a backup plan that if I failed at this, if I couldn't succeed this time, I was going to go get my stomach stapled and my relationship with food would be forced to change. But that wasn't the solution for me. The solution for me was to cut out addiction at its root, which was sugar. As for the details of what I am actually doing, I don't allow myself substitutes. So I don't allow myself any sweeteners, honey, Ceylon, agave, stevia, swerve, all the alternatives. I don't touch those either. For me, I don't care to risk it. For me, I don't need to test it. I don't need to know if it's a trigger for me because I'm succeeding and I'm happy. So far I've lost almost 60 pounds, which is 26 kilos. I can walk upstairs. I do cardio several times a week. I walk. I don't suffer from the weight of my own body. I'm not gasping and out of breath if I have to go catch a bus somewhere. And even though I have more to lose in the next 6 to 12 months, I'm fully content in this moment of my journey, this part. I am living in the present and not the future and not the past. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm fully content knowing I'm on the right path. I'm so grateful to God for helping me in this journey. And I'm so grateful to myself for allowing myself room to take this journey and believing just enough for one more try. So this video is not for me. It's for you. I hope and pray that you can also share in freedom and that you will have the wisdom to make the choices that are going to set you free. Thank you for watching this video and keep an eye out for more updates from my journey. Bye for now.